Guys, it's midnight here where I'm at. We're starting the video pretty late at night. It's still the same day from the previous recording, but this lady right here works at the Pilot, and all these trucks that are parked here in these, like, there's no parking spots, she's making her rounds and making them move. She's kicking them out, and if they don't want to move, she's gonna have them towed. So they made serious business here. And when I was walking, she even like approached me and was like, you got actual parking or not? Because if you don't, you need to move. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in reserved, I paid. And I showed her my receipt. But you see, she's going over there beating on everyone's door. I'm sure everyone has a different kind of idea in mind. Someone beating on their door at midnight. I'm not gonna say what I'm talking about, but you should know from that reference. Welcome back, guys. We did not get up as early as we said we would earlier. We got up at 8:30. Or yeah, 8:30. It's almost 9. But we got about 9 hours and 53 minutes to go until we get to the delivery point. And then we're gonna get this unloaded. Tim called me and asked what time I thought I could get there, and I was still like half asleep, and I told him 6, and that is not possible. So I'm gonna have to give him another call. But yeah, we were just like, we woke up this morning at like 6:15, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting up right now. And then I went back to sleep, and I had a nightmare about truck driving. That there's like a lot of snow, and like there's a steep downgrade, and like a whole bunch of trucks just piled up. So I'm not scared to drive in the snow, but that dream was a little scary, and like my back hurt from the bumps from like going into the ditch. So maybe it was just my bad mattress having a bit sore back. But so I remember looking for like truck stops near the place I'm supposed to be going, and they had like a truck stop like 30 minutes away, probably longer than that, probably like 50 minutes away. And I have at least 10 hours to get there, to drive to that place I'm going, and obviously we can only drive 11 hours in a day. So I called Tim. I was like, dude, it's probably gonna be better if we just do tomorrow morning if we can, because like, you know, like I'm gonna be pushing it, and you know, I don't know what to really say, because it's not really like on me too much. I mean, like I probably could have made the delivery time, but I literally went from like 2 days ago waking up at 4 in the afternoon to yesterday at like 9:30. And then today I would have had to wake up at 6, and like when I woke up this morning, I was like completely tired. Like I was like, holy cow, like I like sat up, and I like was like, you know, like kind of like when you're a kid, you know, and you like sit up and your eyes are like blinky and you're like tired, and I was just like, I'm not ready. And like even right now I'm still like kind of like, I'm not like gonna doze off, but like I could totally go back to sleep for another 2 hours. One good thing about CFI is they have a really good CSA, I think it is, rating, which I don't really know what it is, but I think they're top 10 companies with the best CSA. So I don't really think would ever come across a roadside inspection like this, which is what's gonna happen here, unless, no, I think that driver hit that car or something. But the only time I've heard of a CFI driver getting an inspection personally is I had a buddy who was in Arizona. I'm not trying to call you out, Derek, but he was going through Arizona, and he just came out of California, and he had his tandem slid for California, even though he was still overweight, so I don't even know if that was legal in California. But he came into Arizona, and there's a weigh station coming up. Well, Arizona, like about like, I'll show you guys sometime, but like, you know, about 2 miles before the weigh station, they make a standard law that trucks have to be in the right lane, and then at some point it becomes a solid white line and you can't cross it. Well, there was a DOT officer, and he was like, oh crap, I need to go for the weigh station. He crossed the double white line, and so the DOT officer pulled him over. He was like, yeah, I was trying to make the weigh station, I got the red light to pull in. So the DOT officer's like, okay, let's go ahead and go in and you can weigh. And he weighed, and he was over. And then also he got all warnings, luckily. He got a warning for being overweight. He got a warning for crossing the double white line. And then they did an inspection, but obviously the inspection came back clean. So I think he got a warning for something else, but for some reason I can't. Oh, so his logs, the DOT officer gave him his information to send the logs over to the DOT officer, but his logs would not send And like the DOT officer even tried to send the logs, and the DOT officer couldn't get the logs to send, but the DOT officer still wrote him a warning for the not submitting his logs, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But I also get that at the same time, because maybe like someone has it programmed to where they can like do that, like bootleg it. But you guys are absolutely crushing it. I'm so happy with the results I'm seeing. It really has like changed my mind on trucking. And you know, not only is trucking a great career path, but I could also make YouTube into a career, and really not even worry about the income I get from trucking, and just really focus on YouTube from, like, still drive a semi obviously, but really, like, you know, work on content creation. And eventually I'll probably even find someone to edit my videos, like someone who like went to college for it, if we can get the channel to that potential level. Driving down this road made me think, with this water alongside the road, made me think of this YouTube channel. They're way bigger than me and they have a lot of following, but I would really appreciate you guys, if you're not subscribed to them, to go subscribe to them, because their videos are awesome. And the channel name is Adventures with Purpose, and it's honestly something beautiful that these guys do. So they travel the entire United States, and they look for missing people. But the thing is about these missing people is they believe that they've been in an accident involving like water. And so the one story that really comes to my mind is a boy from Iowa. And so this guy from Iowa they didn't know it at the time, and this kid had been missing for like 10 years, and he was about my age, he's like 20. And they went to this town in Iowa and searched all the little lakes nearby. And the thing about these guys over local law enforcement, and hats off to local law enforcement, they really do try their best the majority of the time. These guys are always using their sonar technology to search for vehicles underwater, so they have an upper hand over these search and rescue teams that maybe go out like once or twice a year, as well as they have better technology because, you know, they travel and they make money and get donations, so they have the best of the best technology. But basically they search bays of water where they think a person could have drove off a road into the water to either do it on purpose or just by accident. And so this one time they went and searched this lake, and the local sheriff's office was like, there's no point in searching, we searched that a lot. And they searched the lake and they actually found the car, and they pull it out, and obviously they like went and scuba dived on it and confirmed it was the vehicle, and all the windows were intact. And so they decide, you know, like if the windows are still intact, there's most likely someone in there. If there's a window busted out, obviously the person most likely got out of the vehicle. And so all the windows were intact, and they pulled the car out and they found the person. So I mean, it's definitely sad because, you know, but it brings closure to these families that, you know, these families have been searching for the person, thinking that this person, like, you know, just disobeyed them, you know, and like left them because they were unhappy, and they thought, you know, all these families think they did wrong, you know, and it turns out that it really wasn't the families, and, you know, it was just a freak accident. Or like there's another time where they found this couple of boys from the 90s, I think, up in the East Coast. They'd been missing since 1990, and they thought that both of them ran away because they were, like, the families thought that maybe they were lovers, and they were scared to come out, and so they just left and fled and went somewhere else. But they actually had, you know, had a freak accident. So if you guys think you'd be interested in that, make sure you go check them out. It's Adventures with Purpose. It is just, they do it so well. They explain everything. They really take their time and show their, I don't know, show their devotion, and it's just so amazing to watch, and I really love their channel. Well, I mean, it's not a super steep grade, but we're going up a grade. We're pinned down right now, only being able to reach 42 miles an hour. Might as well turn on our hazards. But you know, it is what it is. We finally made it into Virginia. I definitely don't want to travel through Virginia in my car because I got like a nice radar detector, and in Virginia radar detectors are illegal, and they can also, the police can also detect that you have the radar detector. So, but I mean, this is a cool road. Man, we're really going slow. I mean, we are like 78,000 pounds though, so, or like 76, I can't remember, somewhere in there. I think it's 76,000, so it's definitely gonna work the motor a lot. We're up to 210 degrees on our temp gauge. I was looking for a place to stop up ahead, and I found a Love's with a Taco John's, and I haven't had Taco John's in a while. I mean, Taco John's definitely isn't better than Taco Bell, so it is what it is. But I do like Taco John's. I recently tried it. The ex got me into it, and because when I ate it when I was a kid, I was not a fan at all. I was like, Taco Bell is so much better. But she got me to go one time, and it's pretty good. So I'm gonna go hit up this Taco John's and probably get some tacos and some potato olays. And then they got like a house dressing, which is really good. So our stop engine light immediately came on again. And I don't know, I think I need to get it looked at because I can't keep seeing these stop engine lights. Luckily we're about 2.5 miles away from where we're gonna try to stop for the day, or not for the day, but for a break. So we should be able to make it there. If it comes on again, we'll just pull off, wait for it to clear, and then drive again. I went and looked at my coolant. My coolant's fine, but the cable that connects into it for the low coolant level sensor has a kink in it. So I wonder if it's shorting out and like tricking the system, saying that we're having that issue. So I might see what speed, hopefully there's a Speedco here. But if not, I might have to like go to Joplin or something and have them replace that cable, because it's literally like bent, like someone like bent it and zip tied it together, creating a kink in the cable. But looks like we're gonna be able to make it to this Love's. We just got some fuel, went ahead and filled up. We didn't need any def, so we didn't get any def. We're headed, we got 345 miles to drive, and I'm hoping that light doesn't come back on. I cut that zip tie so there's not that huge kink in the line, and then I topped off the coolant once it cooled down. Went in and had some lunch, and then topped off my coolant. So hopefully we're good. Oh, come on. You guys not looking? What are we doing? I'm gonna show you guys how we pay tolls for CFI. Some other companies are probably like this. It's really easy though, I'll show you. So you wanna slow down to the 5 miles an hour, especially as you get ready to go through this thing. And so your pre-pass acts as a toll payer, and so you pull up to the thing without hitting anything, which is always, they're always kind of crammed, so you got to be pretty straight coming in. You just go, and it says paid, thank you, that's all there is to it. And then it takes a picture of your license plate, check both sides, we're good. You got like 4 inches on each side. It's always tight, but it's really that simple. It takes a little bit of time, but not too much. The thing that takes the longest is slowing down and speeding back up to get back up to speed. Well, we just made it into Ohio, and I think we're gonna be driving down some back roads, like some highways. So, but we're in Ohio now, and we came all the way up from, I wanna say South Carolina this morning. Pretty close to the North Carolina border, but South Carolina. Hopefully this light stays green, but I'm not hoping, or my hopes aren't too high. No. I literally said in a video the other day that it was like my first or second time seeing a nuclear power plant, and we're here in Ohio and we're coming up on one right here. And I mean, this is probably like the 4th one I've seen in my lifetime, I want to say. Maybe even less than that. Like there's not very many in Iowa. I think there might be one like just south of Council Bluffs, but I don't know. I think that might be like a different kind of power I mean, it's a power plant, but I don't know if it's nuclear or not. So, but there's another nuclear power plant. I know it's not as entertaining, but there's one right there. I stopped here at this rest area, and we got our next planned load. We're going to Pittsburgh. Go Steelers, baby. We're not gonna quite go through Pittsburgh, so I won't be able to see Heinz Field. Well, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Accurise, something like that. I really wanted to see Accurise or Heinz Field, but of course they got to change it. So we're gonna get out here, continue on. We got about 2 hours left. I talked to the guy at that truck stop or the rest area on that motorcycle. I don't know if you guys saw him or not, but he's a pretty cool guy. I don't know, I told him his bike was sweet because it had like blue stripes down it. It looked pretty dope. But yeah, I'm excited to go by Pittsburgh. I wish I was going like through Pittsburgh, you know, just like so I could like see the Three Rivers and the stadium, but there's always a chance we'll go back. Well, we made it to the Pilot we're stopping at for the night. Hopefully there's still some reserved parkings because it doesn't look like there is, and I don't want to be going up to the front and complaining, but it's what's gonna happen if there's none left. There's a spot over there by that JB. Oh my gosh, this place is kind of tight, I'm not gonna lie. Got a spot right there though, we're gonna take that one. Kind of hard to get out in the morning, but we're gonna go for it. Did not pull up far enough that time. Need to pull up just a little bit more. Make sure we're still good over there. We're really close. Cut a hard left here. Man, I do not like this. Back now. Too much. Oh no. We probably better get out and look. Guys, so I got it in. You know, I just always have to make sure that I'm not gonna hit anything, and I look like a fool if I get out, but we're in the spot. The guy next to me, I asked him to help me just to make sure. I thought I could do it, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna take out anything. And he was like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 21. He's like, you did a very good job. And he's like, how much experience? I was like, 4 months. And he's like, that's really good. So, but yeah, guys, like always, make sure you leave a like and click that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And the notification bell. I mean, I upload every day, so you don't really need that. But we might be getting close to 34 here. We're down to 5 hours and 30 minutes on our 70 hour, but we might get a recap back tonight because they sent me a load to Pennsylvania, so I'm thinking that we will. But yeah, keep those wheels churning. Peace.
I hope you're not planning to waste my time. To my surprise, that was her reply. Now we vibe.